The weekend got off to a hot start on Friday night as fire officials were called to the first of two fire scenes. Ingrid Fernandez has that story.
Friday night saw emergency calls going into the 911 hotline when a fire began in the Kings Park area of Belize City. Assistant Superintendent of Police and acting officer in charge of Precinct 3, Anaceli Petillo, spoke to Love News on what they encountered when they responded to the calls on First Street.
CIB Precinct 3 personnel visited number 22 First Street, Kings Park area, Belize City, where they observed a 35 feet by 40 feet cement with zinc bungalow house completely destroyed by fire. The house was occupied by Rene Ayuso, his wife Valerie Valerio, and his mother Maria Ayuso. The house and all its contents were completely destroyed by fire. At the time the scene was visited, no accelerant was found.
At the time the fire erupted, only the owner's mother and son were in the house. We spoke with the distraught occupant, Maria Ayuso, who told us what happened when she first found out about the fire.
El viernes en la noche para amanecer sábado.
Friday night, on Saturday at 11:30, the fire started. I was lying down with my grandson. My grandson is 13 years old. I heard noises. I was thinking that they were throwing stones at the house. It was like pop, 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 as if it was a shooting. Then I said, I wonder who is throwing stones at the house. Then at the same time I went out. When I went out, the door to this room was on fire, and I went into the street screaming, my house is burning down, help! My neighbors Ilario and Miss Carmen came out to help me and throwing water. The firefighters, I don't know if they had called them, but they took long to come. I was out of control. I was outside and my grandson inside, and the house is already on fire. When I went in again, the fire was already dropping in the room. It almost took my son, miss. I don't know. God is great. I had already come out. I was over there standing, and I remember the boy is in there. I turned back. If I did not remember, he would...
Si casi no me acuerdo, se me hubiera quemado mi muchachito.
ASP Petillo stated that there are high suspicions that the occupants of the house were sharing electricity with a neighbor, and that is part of their investigation. The loss to property was tremendous, as explained by ASP Petillo.
The value of the house is approximately $50,000 Belize currency, and its contents is a total of $10,000 Belize currency, which estimated to a total value of $60,000 Belize currency.
Ayuso is asking for public assistance to repair her house. She stated that she is very thankful for whatever people can donate to her. You can reach Maria Eugenia Ayuso at number 605-0531. Reporting for Love News, I am Ingrid Fernandez.
Early Sunday morning, the fire officials were again called out to extinguish a blaze that caused damages to three structures on the north side of Belize City. Ingrid Fernandez followed the story today and shared this report.
Just 2 days after a fire left a family homeless on First Street, it happened again. On Sunday morning, around 4:30, yet another fire destroyed 3 houses on Castle Street in Belize City. The fire started in a 20 by 22-story wooden structure, which was completely destroyed, and spread rapidly to the 2 adjacent cement houses, which were partially destroyed. 2 of the homes were residential homes, while the other building was a Salvation Army church. Love News visited the scene this morning, and we spoke with the owner of one of the destroyed buildings, Luis Barcelona Sr., who told us what happened.
I'm not sure what time it start, but when we wake up, we sleep now. We hear a cracking noise, crack, 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 and my girlfriend jump up, and when he jump up, we see the house next door to we, they a blaze. And so we jump up and we grab we for we children and we run out of the house. I'm not sure when time it start, but when we run out of the house, it must be about 4:30, some minutes to 5, so. I can't think about nothing else, but just grab where I can grab and run out, grab children and run out. Because the power was still on, electricity was still on, and maybe the spark. So So we had to run out of the house with the children.
How many children were in the house?
Three children and 2 adults upstairs.
You managed to take out all the children.
Yeah.
And what happened afterwards when you came out from the house?
Well, we stand up and watch the house on the next side catch fire. Then they pass over to we side. And then it take a little while for the fireman to reach here. But no, I'm not here to bash nobody. No, they did what they could with what they had, and thankfully the whole house never burned down. They managed to out it in time, so I would be thankful for that.
Fire officials have declared the blaze as an incendiary fire, but the police are yet to classify the incident as an arson investigation. It is a case that raises suspicion, as the fire victim noted that she was locked inside the house and had to find another way out when the fire started. Oren Smith of the National Fire Service spoke to us on their preliminary findings.
On arrival on the scene, we found a wooden 20 by 24 structure fully engulfed in flames. The National Fire Service got into operation to extinguish the fire. The fire originated on the wooden structure on the southwest section of that structure. The fire is classified as incendiary in nature.
There are allegations that the wooden structure was locked from the outside. Could you comment?
According to the occupant, yes. They tried to get out via the door, but it was apparently jammed. It wouldn't open, so they came out through a side window.
Kayla Reynolds, mother of 2, lived in the wooden house. She and her 2 children were at home sleeping when the fire began. Assistant Superintendent of Police and acting officer in command of the Precinct 3 police station, Anaceli Petillo, told us what Reynolds reported to the police.
Kayla Reynolds reported that on the said date at 4:30 she was inside her above-mentioned residence along with her 2 children when she was awakened by the smell of smoke and noticed that the inside of her house was on fire. So she got herself and her children outside to safety.
With the number of buildings affected, the loss to property was substantial as none of the buildings were insured. ASP Petillo tells us how much was lost.
Approximate value of the damages was $180,120 Belize currency. Also seen damage by the fire was a black in color Jaguar vehicle which had damages to the right front headlight and bumper area, and the value of the damages is unknown at this time.
10 persons were left displaced as a result of the fire on Castle Street this weekend. Fortunately, all affected families managed to come out of their houses in time and no one was hurt in the incident. ASP Petillo stated that if a person is found guilty of intentionally causing the fire, he or she could face up to life imprisonment. Reporting for Love News, I am Ingrid Fernandez.